Do I look old? My first poem is But Let Us Not Be Angry. After the tree was cut and carved to become the violin, I cradled it like a baby's head between my neck and chin. Its leaves and remnants of bark were dead like relatives I would never meet, and the violin was like a person who is not the same person and would never be the same person again. It didn't plan on becoming a violin, but it did not plan on it either. When it was part of something larger, it went along with that thing. When it was tree, it allowed wind to swish and to howl through its branches. Now that it was separate, it was able to sing. How did the people know? How did they know which trees dreamed of becoming instruments? Grand piano cabinets, drums, guitars. Even the brass of saxophones asked how humans knew which metals wanted to become what they became. The bullets were resentful. The submarines and the violins, at least they got to have fun. The big brass and the piccolo were able to voice desire. The more the bullets thought of this, the angrier they became. Did anyone stop to consider our opinions? Asked the steel of the knife and of the gun, which is, of course, ridiculous. Everyone knows we need knives to slice our food. Everyone knows we need guns to guard our belongings. Also, steel bars. But let us not be angry gods. They are our children and do not understand our reasons. Poem cuts me off at the bike path. Last night's news spreads. Unidentified body flung into a dumpster. No head, but a blue arm tattoo remembers the man's name as Anthony. Anthony without his head. Anthony in two places. Is the incomplete body still the man? When the squeezed-out life of a fallen leaf enters thin air like our breathing, does death become something we breathe in like autumn, like fog? I breathe Anthony in. I breathe in what remains of the baby bagged up as trash, dragged to the curb, discovered by dogs in December, and the other shoved into a toilet, and the 2-year-old chained to a pipe in a basement. I am breathing her slow death in. And the young girl, barely 16, picked up by a man in a truck, raped and cut, arms sawed off at the elbows because she would not, then could not, find her arms afterward. Could not move her hair out of her eyes so that she might find them. Now I joke to my friend, tattooed as I am, if when we die we are separated from our heads, we will be known by the art we paid strangers to carve into our bodies. My intent is for my remark to sound like jest. But each time I read a headline reporting another body discovered in a park, I wonder how so far I have escaped this. How to continue to zen away from the harms and horrors of the world, chanting forget, 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 ignore, ignore. I push bicycle and body forward through the path cradled by trees, where I enter the field of my body, breathing deep until nearly spent, and then turn around. I choke on the stench. The poem I don't want to write says, spit it out. She could not find her arms afterward. She could not move her hair out of her eyes so that she might find them. The poem cuts me off at the bike path. It says, spit it out, spit it out, spit it out. Thank you.